Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy E-Man from Healthy Don't Hurt. And I just want to hit you guys up with a real quick video on, like a possible job listing. A lot of people, unfortunately, are still having either issues getting back to work to the original hours, whether it be like full time or like just trying to get a job in general, because the coronavirus, banged us up just a little bit. And don't mind the candle, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here vibing. but yeah, so one thing that could possibly solve this, I just wanted to offer like a possible solution and a giant red flag, to people that are trying to get into this like field. And it's the field of customer service. It's one of the most popular, positions like out there because you need so many people to talk to everyone if they have a problem. And it's predominantly, filled by women also. So this would be a real big help to my lady viewers if I have any out there. But yes, the position of customer service. I didn't necessarily do specifically customer service. I did customer service and tech support. We kind of took like their overflow, which like for some reason customer service positions are like jam packed. Like they don't hire nearly as much customer service people as they should, or else the call volume wouldn't be so high at so many different positions. Because I've worked in one, and I work in tech support, which is next to customer service, and I've talked to other people that do the job too, and they're always like complaining about how many phone calls they take. Because it is their job, but like holy crap, like 80 to 100 phone calls, like really, like that's a lot of phone calls. Well, yeah, my experience, we'll call this company, it was with Ron Prest, the Ron Prest Services, and we just took the overflow, and it was like killing me. Like even I was doing tech support, which I guess is still a form of customer service, and it was just like so draining. Like it was super draining. Like you're just taking phone calls for the same issues, getting yelled at for stuff that you can't control, trying to explain, especially people that do billing, because we'd have to do billing every once in a while, like trying to explain billing to someone that doesn't understand like basic math concepts or can't even be walked through basic addition and subtraction when numbers bigger than one digit come up. It is terrible. Like it's terrible. It's this thing called prorates. And when somebody prorates your bill, for those who don't know, you don't use something for the full month or something's wrong with it, so they have to give you money back. Something happened, so they're only charging for X amount of days. So once that starts to happen, and let's say it's $5, explaining to someone why they have like a month and a half of service, or they're missing a week, or like you're getting paid by the day, but breaking that down in someone's billing cycle that's like a month, and they really can't add and subtract like that, even with a calculator in their hand, and you walking through it with them, it's just ridiculous. Like a lot of people are really bad at math and just putting like just problem solving in general, or just seeing a bigger picture. Like, hey, you're paying this much for this many days. You stopped your service. You started a new billing cycle. Since you didn't pay your first bill, your second bill came in, and that's why your first bill's all jacked up. And here's why your first bill's jacked up. Whoa, we'd like to have to pay for the second bill because you're paying it for the days. You had it for these amount of days, and it's just terrible. Just explaining prorates to people on bills is just a nightmare. I can't imagine what people with billing have to go through. Payments, if you're getting money from people, that's a form of customer service. Like mine was just like, if your internet goes out, if your home phone goes out, if your TV goes out, like, like I got you, like, but like other people, they just handle nothing but billing questions. And all people have is stupid questions. Like they're like helpless. Oh, well, I can't pay that. What? I didn't know this was a contract. Oh man, that's due today. Can I get more time? No. Why? Because you already have 30 days. What? I have 30 days, but the lady said this and the lady said that. Like the accountability amongst employees is very important. It's just too much to keep up with, and it's all just a giant headache. And the calls are back to back at a lot of places. I was back to back at my place, on a good amount of days, We were just boop, boop, boop. And it's just talking and talking. It is very draining. Would not recommend it unless you were trying to get into the customer service department, because the good thing about it, or at least with my experience, is I had the opportunity, but I wasn't patient enough, that you could stay for a year and go into a different position that you would like. And we all make mistakes. That's one that I learned from. You know, gotta be a little more patient sometimes. You gotta bite the bullet. But that's kind of was my experience and my entryway and the reason why I did it. And then the Ron Brand Services did offer great benefits. Like they had a great 401k plan. Their dental plan and health were average. But they had it great, amazing vacation time. Let you move within the company, pay for school. But you have to wait. That's the thing. And your position has to be open. Then where I was trying to get, nobody was trying to leave anytime soon because they treated them very good, which I wouldn't want to leave either if somebody's treating me good. You're paying me money, and you know, might go into that in another video. But yeah, like a lot of times, like customer service positions offer all of those great things. It's just the stress level. You know, you have someone on the other line that's very unhappy, like, and they are pissed, and you have to calm them down. You have to apologize a whole bunch, and then sometimes you can't even do anything for them, and then you get yelled at for that, and it's just like, oh. So no, at that position I had at Ron Brand Services, people would be like, oh, this is unfair. I'm angry. I would like to speak to your supervisor. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. And they're just like, hey, bro, I feel you, you know, but this isn't a situation where one would get involved. So yeah, can't do that. And then they just start freaking out. You have to deal with it. Sometimes it'll be like 20 minutes of them freaking out. Offer something that they didn't have, you know, or that they thought they should have, but they didn't because salespeople lie. You might be dealing backlash with that, like how I was. Or it might be like banks, like, you know, bank customer service. Someone doesn't have their money or their charge, you know, people freak out. And you have to deal with it. And you have to be nice to them. Like, they're talking that smack. They're talking that ish, you know, and then you just have to sit there and just be like, oh, okay, you know, oh, I'm sorry about that, sir. Oh, I apologize about the inconvenience. I totally understand. No, I understand that you're not the brightest tool in the shed and you can't pay your stuff correctly or read paperwork, but no, I understand where they're coming from. I'm very sorry. Or they'll talk crap to you. I had that happen to me so many times. Dudes be flaming on me, women too. I had an elderly lady tell me to eat her ass. She was like, eat my ass. I was like, lady, you didn't pay your bill for 4 months. You were expecting your cable to stay on? And then, you know, this is after like 40 minutes of me being polite, nice, and just being very, very generous, you know, with, and so I finally, you know, that's my form of, that's the only way you can, you know, dig into an customer, you know, without getting in trouble, was by asking them questions in a polite manner. But it was very passive aggressive. They got my point across, you know, because that's why she was like, eat my ass. And I was like, what? She's like, you monkey. I was like, damn. I was like, this just called me a monkey. I'm like, and she was like, you porch monkey. I was like, oh, she tweaking. Hold up. I'm like, man. I was like, bro, I hate this job, yo. And a lot of times, like, you might get like, I mean, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Like, you listen to the phone call. Like, I know somebody listened to that call. I know they had to be laughing, but even though that's racist, and that's shady. That's not. That's actually not funny. I don't want to fuck somebody up, but it was just the way it happened and my work. And I'm used to it. You become numb to it. And that was my experience, you know, in customer service. It's just a lot of struggle, although those were great reasons for me to stay for that amount of time. It wasn't worth it, man, because people be snapping, and then that digs into you. But we're going to the pros and the opportunities. So the pros are, you know, other than my experience, the pros were pretty good. You know, that got the most pay I've ever experienced. I think it's because it was paired together with tech support, because tech support gets paid more than customer service. But I'll combine it because it counts kind of, sort of, you know, I don't care. But so, you know, the pay was pretty good, you know. I think it was like 15 an hour or some crap like that. I have never made that before. Had vacation days. I never had vacation days. I would work multiple days, but I would not do vacation days. So that was awesome. That was pretty dope. What else did I have? I had that was my first business, my first professional work environment, which is pretty cool. So I was like, I finally got something underneath my resume, something about something I could be proud about, and slide across the table as a bargaining chip while, you know, my next employer should pay me more or whatever. You know, whatever float my boat, that was just floating mine. That's my reason. And I want to get into tech. You know, tech was involved, so I was like, let's do it. And a lot of times, even though even though my department didn't do strictly customer service, there was a customer service department located, and we were in the same like building. They were just on the other side, and we talked to them a lot of times because you're getting coffee and whatever, and you're talking to them on the phone sometimes too. Because if they can't fix it, they go to you. But yeah, they get the same perks and benefits that we did. Like they paid for school, they did training. If you want to switch too, you can always leave. That's a good thing about customer service and big corporations. And if you do this, I will make sure that you get this pro, because if you're in a small company, you're not going to be able to receive this pro, because you're not going to be able to go willy-nilly, because there might not be so many departments, on such a broad scale like Rom Harass Services. But so you definitely want to take advantage of that. And then the people skills, you can read people a lot easier, because like a lot of times when I first started on customer service, I was getting yelled at like a lot. And there was some situations where they should yell at me because we effed them over heavily. But I might do some stories in another video. Who knows? Depends if this is it or not. But yeah, so like they'd be just snapping, they'd be just freaking out, and I would find a way to de-escalate the situation, and then eventually I would get them to buy more stuff after they just complained and snapped on me about how they're not happy with what they have for X, Y, and Z. And it's like, man, and I was like, I got really good with people. It's pretty cool. Although some people burn you and they really make you work for it. But I mean, to be honest with you, when you're doing the job, that it does kind of feel good. Nassau Pro, going into my next pro, it does feel good to help someone, because that's what you're doing with this job. You're assisting someone with a problem, and it's highly inconvenient, or at least a lot of times, whether it's your money, whether it's medical, whether it's like, your internet, whatever it is, security, like they have a problem, it's annoying. And if you could just make it a good experience for them and just get it done quickly, because people hate being on the phone, then like you really are helping them out, even though their attitude is straight garbage about it. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, those are my pros. That's pretty much about it. Moving on to the opportunity. Well, I already did the opportunities, so pros. Those are the pros and the opportunities. The cons. Let's get to the cons, to the real deal here, because these cons are real. Where do I start? All right, so cons. You probably asking the same questions every single day, 60 to 100 times a day. It's stressful. You don't want to talk to people afterwards. You might even hate people. Like, I don't like talking to people. When people call me, I just want to toss my phone and just turn it into a Frisbee. So I'm like, you're calling me. Like, oh my God, I just spoke back to back and answer questions from 10 to 12. Sometimes people ask me questions. I'm like, I just don't feel like answering you, because that's all people do. Nah, what about this? What about that? What about this? What can we do about this? What can you do about this? You have like somebody that has 6 problems in one phone call, and you taking 60 phone calls. A lot of them are idiotic stuff they can Google or find some paperwork or have a little responsibility. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was irresponsible. I had to call Dollar Bank to I was locked out of my online account. It happens. Life happens. But anyway, yeah, you talk to so many people, your social battery runs low, man. Like, it's just too many people, like interacting with 100 people, and they're all halfway paying attention to you when you're talking to them. They're already upset. They're never happy. The customer service people are never calling you like, hey guys, I just called this to let you guys know you guys are doing a great job. Like, it's not happening, man. It's not happening. Their cars are livid. They come with that smoke. They come with that straight heat. And if you don't come with a great attitude, it's gonna go downhill, and there's no winning. What's another con? You like it doesn't shut off either, because like I said, that sometimes you might not feel like being as social. You might have times where you just want to be by yourself and just be alone with your thoughts, or just you find that a lot. You found that to be a lot more sacred than when you weren't doing this position. What else? And then calls back to back just don't stop. And my department I work in now, or the job I work at now doing customer service, it was bad in the beginning, and then it chilled. But my first job was at 2 different Well, I guess they both count, even though it's not customer service. But I was on phones. One, I was just getting screens. Wrong press. I was doing, the overflow for customer service, and like, man, like it was just back to back, like from start to finish. No breaks. We get breaks, but like, you don't get time to think to yourself. You're just getting snapped on. And then people ask for your supervisor. I want to speak to your supervisor. Like, damn, dude. And it's like I'm trying to help you, and you just going in on me just because I said no. And he's gonna say the same thing because he can't do nothing I can do. He's just there just to make you feel better. But no, after crapping on me for 20 minutes, you go crap on him for another 20. It's a rough job, You might take that home with you. A lot of people don't work it long term. And in my department, they offer like 15 therapy, free visits to therapy. And I think that's why. The daily beating, because a lot of people might have a bad day and they're just fucking snapping on you. So that the beating of that can really drive you kind of nuts. So they offer therapy. They offer therapy at my tech support job too, because it's kind of stressful because we're fixing emergency situations and people freak out over that sometimes. But I think that's some crap, They only offer 5, not 15 for free, But yeah, those are the cons, and it just sucks, man. It just sucks. Like, time doesn't move unless it moves for you. It doesn't move for me, because I'm just like, getting to 1 o'clock is just, and the phone, like the noise of it ringing really irritates you. You don't know what the day is going to be like. I would rather just be like, hey, we're about to get our butt kicked as soon as you walk in the door and have an idea of what's going on, compared to it just being random and you just getting screamed at for like stuff that's completely out of your control. And they're like, oh, it's not you, it's the company. I'm like, nah, man, if it was a company, you'd like send an email or something. You just, okay, no, they're probably not mad at me, but they still take it out on you and you still hear it. It's just not, in summer, I would not suggest it unless you already have a job that's paying $15 or more, because it's just not worth it. And you should love yourself and you should enjoy work. Because if you don't enjoy your job, which I've done customer service jobs, I've done customer service and ish jobs of customer service. Customer service and customer service-ish jobs. And they blow, man. People suck. Everyone wants it now, the way they want it, as fast as they can. And if not, it's like, some people will really give it to you. You'd be like, whoa, man. Like, even after just poor attitudes, it's like, all right, this blows. Especially it's over the phone, because, but here's one thing I don't understand. And this isn't a part of my summary, and also in customer service. So people are upset at you because they can't get the result that they want. That's fine. But you shouldn't take it out on the guy that's on the other end, because he can see all of your information and you're just being rude to him on the phone for 30 minutes. That's a lot. That's like address, email, social security, maybe your old address, family members, maybe where you work. You might have your business through it and you don't know what, like he might be able to say a password. You have no idea. He might know somebody that does, or he might be able to take it to a place where you can find more and it's just chilling there just because you decided to snap on somebody for 2 hours straight and just land to them, and they're just being completely nice and still continuing to give excellent service. But yeah, that's pretty scary, because I think you're like, man, I gotta find out my work schedule. You know, he could even call you back, and you know who knows? Just you have a limit. Some supervisors involved, but hey, just treating everybody like a good human being, because those people are powerful, man. They can get you. But yeah, that's my take on customer service. And is it a good career move? No, it's not. Terrible career move. Awful career move. Unless you have to get into a company and you want to leave a year later and you not just going straight to that job doing something else that isn't customer service. That's the only time it's working. If that's not working, then maybe you could try that. But if it's not working outside of customer service, going to customer service only works if you stay for a year and transition out. and you better have a precise plan, and you better be great at networking, and just you better be good with people. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, but that's my experience in customer service. I don't think it's a good career move. If you guys think it is, let me know. If you like your customer service job, if you like repeating sentences over and over and over, or showing fake empathy, that crap burns the soul. But yeah, hit the like button below, and thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. And this is a part of Healthy Don't Hurt, because having a good job, or a job that is good for your mental state, for your spiritual well-being, or at least something that makes you happy in general, it's a very big part of health. And if you neglect that, then, you know, they say we spend like a very large, like 20-something% of our lives to spend our work. I think I want to spend that percentage happy, not mad. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.